Welcome back to the Fab Racing British Minibike Championships from Whilton Mill. GP50 is up next, and earlier Alan caught up with a new rider to the championship.
Jake, your first time in the Fab Series this season. What brings you to Whilton Mill this weekend?
Well, we've been trying to come other weekends, but we've had other commitments elsewhere. So this is the first weekend we've had a chance.
And hopefully the first of many. What's your plans for next season? I think you're planning to do the full series, are you, next year?
Yeah, that's right. We're trying to hopefully doing the whole season next year and win the British title.
Well, Jake's made a good first impression, first qualifying session for 2015, and he's 7th place alongside Oscar Pinson. It's Josh Watley and Addy Behal on the front row of the grid, with Hall and Jones, Beach and Blake Ansell on row 3. And there's some new faces too in the shape of Scott Ogden and Hayden Rainford just outside the top 10. This is going to be a very close start in GP50, a very competitive class as we know once again. Watch for the lights going out. We're on board with Blake Ansell. Off we go. Good start. Oh, he's got boxed in the middle of row 2. He almost had the chance there to get into P3. And look, he's been overtaken by at least 3 or 4 riders there as they go through first couple of corners. And there's Hopper trying to come through just off to the right. You can just about see him in the picture. Didn't quite manage to make the move. But now Blake Ansell with a lot of work to do up to Christmas. That was close.
Nearly runs into the back of, I think that's Cameron Hall in front of him. Nearly runs into him again. Through the right-hander here at Inkerman's down to Ashby. That was a bit of a nightmare start there for Blake Ansell, the 3-time winner. He's won the last 3 televised races. But if he's going to win today, he's got a lot of work to do.
Well, this is a great camera angle on board because you can see exactly what Blake Ansell can see from this position. It isn't actually as much as most people consider for bike racing. You think you can see a lot more than is actually possible. As they come through the boot, he has really got some work to do now. Out in front, still this battle out of the lead with Addy Behal trying to overcome the race leader. Let's watch again. Blake Ansell from the 3rd row.
Look at this, he gets blocked here. He would probably go 3rd here if he gets the clean run, but he gets blocked. He loses another 4, so he loses the place he would have made up, and then another 4 places as the bikes come around him, both left and right. So a bit of a nightmare start, but you can see Watley and Behal out front from Beach in 3rd. It's Jones 4th, then Cameron Hall, and that is Blake Ansell right on the back of that group in 6th.
2nd on the track, 3rd in the points. Addy Behal now right on the tail of our championship leader and race leader Josh Watley. I love a battle royale, and it looks like we're getting one cooked up for us. Blake Ansell back on board, in through the left and in through the right. The first of the 2 apexes at the toe and down towards the heel of the boot into the final turn. And Blake Ansell closing up on the 3rd, 4th, 5th men once again. So he has fought back, he has got himself back into position, but how much further up the field can he go?
He'll be hoping to convert this 6th place into at least 3rd. Up Manuel's Bank into Christmas Corner. Up the inside for 3rd spot. That is Ocean Jones. Past Callum Beach. Beach tries to come round the outside. Can't get that done. He's down the inside through the right-hander at Inkerman's. Just lost the picture. Where is he? No, Beach still there in 4th place. Ocean Jones has made 3rd place stick. And Cameron Hall still 5th. And Ansell still in 6th place. Fantastic shots from the drone camera. It really does give you a good overall view of where the bikes are on the track at the moment.
Here we go, 2 battles for 2 separate positions, and all of them involve silverware. The lead between Watley and Addy Behal, and 4 riders battling for 3rd position in this race. Ocean Jones 4th in the championship, the number 77, and now in the lead of this little battle. It's not going to be long before they start lapping back markers here. Callum Beach, TV race winner at round 3 of course, and he's in the Minimoto Pro class as well, so he's got plenty of experience underneath him here this season. Back on board with Blake Ansell, still in the midst of this battle for 3rd position. Beach and Jones still scrapping on, with Jones just in front. A lap later we can see, have a look back, there's Blake Ansell. He has made the move on Cameron Hall.
Winner of the last 3 televised races, Blake Ansell, but 5th place today at the moment. The best he's going to do, I think, today is 3rd. He's not going to do any better than that. Josh Watley out front, but he's under pressure from Addy Behal.
It is very close between those 2, actually. I have a feeling that this race is going to be decided in the traffic. Let's have a look and see. Has that Behal gone through?
Yes, he has.
Yes, he's through.
You can just see in the traffic. You absolutely got it spot on there, Jake. There it is. The back marker comes into play. Behal takes advantage of Watley down a 2nd. Jones still there in 3rd. He's being hounded by Callum Beach. He was a winner of the Minimoto race last time out. Back on board with Ansell.
And he's now charging up towards third position. Jones in third place, Beach in fourth, as we know. But what about this battle out in front now? Addy Bihal having taken the lead from Josh Whatley. Now, this is an interesting dynamic between these two. Bihal is third in the points coming into this round, just behind Blake Ansell. And Josh Whatley trying to get the lead back again into the left-hander. That was a big lunge into Parker. He didn't quite make the move stick. I'll tell you what, the pressure is now on Whatley. He has built a good lead in the championship, but from Bihal's point of view, he's got the correct attitude coming in. I'm in third place in the points. I may as well take the risk. I need to go for it now. I need to get some championship points back. Whatley has a championship lead to lose. The pressure is on him now.
Yeah, absolutely right. Addy Bihal just needs race wins from now until the end of the season. He needs to be right on it to come through at Oblivion. Another time, the right-hander there is Crook. That brings you out through Fine Lady and onto Manuel's Bank. Fine Lady is right there, that little kink. This is Manuel's Bank on board again with Blake Ansell up into the right-hander. Tell you what, there's some serious RPM going on there as he shifts down. Very high on the RPM, have to say that.
Yeah, these bikes are tuned beautifully all the way through the season. They are having to work so hard. Yes, that's back into the inside line, and Whatley is through. Up to Parker. He tried that move the last lap. He was obviously setting himself up for it. He had to think about it over the last lap and went, right, this is what I need to do to get close enough to him. And Ansell has made up a huge amount of time on this last lap. He's now right on the tail of Callum Beach. He's got a chance here to go for fourth position. He's made up so much time on this lap.
Out of the boot, out of the toe, down to the heel. They'll bring them across. It looks like there's some traffic in the way. There is as we go into the last lap. Who's going to make use of the traffic? Oh, it is Blake Ansell around the outside of Callum Beach. Fantastic move. One more time. Blake Ansell right on it. Completely aware of where the traffic was and how to take advantage.
And look, Whatley has used the traffic to his advantage now as well. He's managed to get a big advantage on Addy Bihal. He's just returned the favour there, exactly as we predicted. This race is won and lost in the traffic, and you learn so much about racecraft in this form of motorsport. It is so tough to get it right, but Josh Whatley has timed it to perfection. Look at Blake Ansell. He's now right on the tail of third place. Ocean Jones, he's got a great chance to snatch the podium. It was a bit of a lackluster performance for him, seeing him in sixth position earlier on, but look at the work he's done to get himself back into position. He's going to try and get the slingshot through the right-hander. Can he get it on the second apex? Not sure, but here's Whatley over the line. Great way to get the victory back again. Bihal in second place. Is he going to make it? Not quite. Third place for Ocean Jones. Ansell in fourth. Great ride from him there. Callum Beach is fifth, just in front of Cameron Hall. But what a battle. And Josh Whatley, the pressure was on him, but he's taken all three wins this weekend in the end. Fantastic display.
Josh, bit of a battle with Addy there in the Mini GP 50 race, but you came out on top in the end. Just talk us through the race.
Well, I had a good start, and through middle of the race, I got caught up with a back marker, what got Addy to overtake me. And through a second part of the race, I managed to overtake Addy from slipstream into a corner, and I just used all my defensive lines and I managed to come on top. And I would like to say thanks to all my sponsors, Express Coffee, my dad, and Fab Racing for a great championship.
So we move on to the big boys in the Moto Team Contest. SFC Racing and Fast Rider on the front row of the grid. No Name Racing and Ox Racing on row 2. For Last Minute Racing, SAB Racing and Ride Faster starting in 8th position on the grid. It's a good start there from Fast Rider into the first corner and into the lead already. Fraser Kinnaird on the bike with that very distinctive green and pink suit. Alan said last time, I think it looked like Kermit the Frog on top of Miss Piggy. Does that make him their love child? I'm not sure. Sam Klaus in second position, trying to take him on in the early stages, and you can see the difference in the two riding starters here. He's on the attack mode and up the inside. Klaus has got him into Ashby, and already he's run wide, so Kinnaird's coming back at him. We've got a duel already, and Kinnaird just sticks it round the outside. No, I'm not losing this lead now, sunshine.
Through Parker, and the man in fourth place, that looks like No Name Racing. I think that's a No Name Racing team, Tony Campana, I think that is. I say Tony Campana, I think there are two Tony Campanas racing, father and son in that team. That might be Tony the Younger, possibly, on the bike. We don't get all the information on who's on the bike. We just know that Fraser Kinnaird's definitely on that bike because of the distinctive Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy suit.
Yeah, nobody else in the world would have the confidence to ride with that, would they? Sam Clowes, though, right on the tail, looking for a way through. I have a feeling they're going to be swapping positions all the way through this race. And look, Kinnaird is already on the defensive, holding that inside line to the right. You could see Clowes trying to get the switchback there on the inside line at Christmas. But look, he's weaving left and right. He's just protecting that inside line, guarding it valiantly. And Clowes is going to have to try something pretty special to come through at this rate.
Down to Parker one more time, the left-hander here. It looks like Mark Pollitt on the Ox Racing bike there in third place. Great pictures from the drone camera as they come out of Chapman, down the inside straight towards the boot. You really get a good overall sense of where the bikes are on the track in relation to each other. That's the toe of the boot. You see that classic double apex into the heel, out of the heel, onto the start-finish straight and across the line for the start of another lap.
Now Clowes is very strong coming out of that final corner. He's able to gain a huge amount of traction as Mark Pollitt on the Ox Racing bike number 65 tries to close the two of them in. But it looks as though Clowes is very strong sat in second position. I wouldn't be surprised if he waited until the bitter end to try and make an overtaking move, because he could find that ultimate space to get through and into the lead. This victory battle is not over yet. Up the inside for fourth position. That's a change there. Up at Christmas corner. Perfect overtake at a perfect overtaking spot on the course.
Little battles all the way through the field, isn't it? There's a battle for first and second. You've got Mark Pollitt out clear in third. You've got this battle for fourth and fifth, and then sixth and seventh having their own little battle as well. And you want to come out on top of those little battles just for personal pride. And listen, they may be for fifth and sixth and seventh today, but on another day it may be this battle for the win, and that's when you want to come out on top. We've got the battle of all the threes out front, the 33 in second place and the number 3 out front. That's a battle for 5th, 6th and 7th.
Yes, indeed. 3 bikes. It's last-minute racing just in front of Ride Faster and Cross Racing as Tony Campana, we saw him run off the road in the first lap. He's now fought his way back into 4th position with that cracking move we just saw at Christmas. So he's now got himself 1 place away from the podium. I'm not sure he's got time to get onto the podium to close up on Mark Pollitt because we're on the last lap. And meanwhile, these two still battling away, but I think Fraser Kinnaird has just about done enough here to defend to the finish. He's worked very hard indeed. He's still pushing valiantly, as is Clowes. I'm not sure. Maybe it is going to come right down to the finish line. This will decide it. The line's through the boot. And currently, Fraser Kinnaird on the Fast Rider bike has done enough, in my opinion. Now I think he's clear and done it into the final turn. Yes, indeed. He runs very wide, but he's still got the checkered flag, and he is very happy with that one. 3rd position behind SFC Racing's Sam Clowes for Mark Pollitt on the Ox Racing bike. No Name Racing in 4th, and Ride Faster in 5th position. Later in the weekend, the 2nd race won by No Name Racing, the 3rd by SFC Racing. 3 different winners over the course of the weekend, but it's No Name Racing who holds a slim lead over SFC Racing in 2nd place, Fast Rider in 3rd, too far behind to catch the leaders. But for No Name Racing and SFC, the battle is on. More after the break.